Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Engineer Sam Wasapi. So in this video we'll be looking at some problem reviews involving simple interest and compound interest. Alright, so before we begin, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, so as you can see we have the first question at hand, which says 1,200 is invested at 12.5% simple interest. How much will have accrued after 3 years? So all we have to do first is basically to collect data. We know that if we want to calculate how much has been accrued, we first need to find the simple interest. We know that the accrued amount is equivalent to the simple interest plus the principal amount. So basically what is important for us to do first in the first method is to find the principal amount. The simple interest. We know the principal amount is basically K 1,200. What would be the simple interest? The simple interest is equal to PRT. So we have the principal amount multiplied by the rate, then times the duration, which is the period in which the money was invested. So simple interest is equal to the principal amount, which is 1,200, times the rate. The rate is basically 12.5%. So we can say 12.5 divided by 100% because we need it as a decimal, times the duration, which is 3 years. And the simple interest will basically be about 450 kwacha. Now that we have the simple interest, we can find the accrued amount. So this will be 450 kwacha plus the principal amount, which is 1,200. Therefore, the accrued amount will be 1,650 kwacha. We can also find this using a simpler way, where we can just say accrued amount is equal to the principal amount times 1 plus the rate times t. So we could say that this is equivalent to 1,200 times 1 plus the rate. If we divide the rate, if we change the rate, we could say data, say 12.5 divided by 100%, we'll basically get about 0.125. So we say plus 0.125 times the duration, which is 3. If we plug and chug on our calculators, we expect to get the same amount, which is 1,650 kwacha. And this is how you go about solving this particular question. Alright, let's move on. In the second question, we have it saying that the difference between compound interest and simple interest on an amount which is 15,000 kwacha, that is, for 2 years, is about 96 kwacha. Now we need to find the rate of interest per annum, which is like basically per year. So compound interest is equal to P, which is the principal amount, times 1 plus R over N. Sometimes we'd use different variables, then to the power N T minus P. And we know that the simple interest is equal to just PRT. Now the difference between compound interest and the simple interest is 96 kwacha. Now we basically need to find the value of the rate. So let us try and see how best we can solve this. So we know that the compound interest formula is P, then we have 1 plus R over N to the power NT minus P. And then this is minus the simple interest, which is just basically PRT. And this is equal to 96. So the principal amount is basically the amount invested, which is 15,000 kwacha. Then this is 1 plus the rate, which is what we're looking for. Now over N, which is the number of times it was invested, which is basically 1 to the power 1 times the duration, which was basically 2 years, minus the principal amount again, which is 15,000, minus again the principal amount, 15,000, times the rate which we're looking for, which is R, times the duration 2, being equal to 96. If we do our computation right, we have 15,000, then 1 plus R to the power 2 minus 15,000 minus, if we say 15,000 times 2 times R, this will give us 30,000, R being equal to 96. So 15,000, sorry, times, if we expand this, we know that if we have 1 plus R squared, this can also be expanded as 1 plus R, then be multiplied by 1 plus R, then 1 by everything, because this has to expand everything first, and we have 1 plus R, then R has to expand everything again, then we have R plus R squared. So we have something like 1 plus 2R, we have 1 plus 2R plus R squared. So that will be the expansion. So we have 1 plus 2R plus R squared, then minus 15,000 minus 30,000, R being equal to 96. If we expand this value to every value within the parentheses, we have 15,000, then plus 30,000 R, then plus 15,000 R squared minus 15,000 minus 30,000 R being equal to 96. So this 30,000 will cancel out with that 30,000. This 15,000 will cancel out with that 15,000. And we just remain with 15,000 R squared being equal to 96. You can divide both ends. So I can solve for R. And we have R squared being equal to 96 over 15,000. You can root both ends and we have plus or minus there. This will cancel out with that, and we have R being equal to, if we root this, we're having 0.08. But now the rate, we have plus or minus 0.08. Then we have to consider a positive value, so the rate is equal to 0.08. Now, since it's a rate, we need to multiply it by 100%, so we can know it as a percentage. Therefore, the rate is equal to 8%. And that is basically our value. Moving on to the third question. We have it saying Joyce invests 8,000 at a compound interest rate of 5% per annum for 2 years. How much would Joyce get on maturity of an investment? Now, you can always pause the video and attempt to do this question on your own and compare with me in the end. Now, let us understand something. Joyce invests an amount of 8,000, which means the principal amount is 8. So if we do up the data, the principal amount is 8,000, and then this has been invested at an interest rate of 5%, which means that we have 5% divided by 100%, which gives us about 0.05 as a decimal. Then we need to know that the number of times this is just invested, since it's just per annum, is once. And then the duration is about 2 years. So to calculate the value, to find the value, we'll say that the accrued amount, which is how much money Joyce will get on the maturity of an investment, is equivalent to P times 1 plus R over N to the power NT. So this implies that we have the principal amount 8,000, then 1 plus the rate, which is 0.05 over 1 to the power 1 times 2. Then if we plug and chug this, we expect to get an amount of 8,820 kwacha as the value that Joyce will get on the maturity of an investment. The next question says that Miss Jasmine earns about 250,000 per annum and her salary increases by 25,000 per annum. Now, how much does she earn at the end of the first 5 years? Now, basically, for this question, you can solve it by basic arithmetic computation. Okay, so we know that in the first year, this person, so let's just say year and amount. So we know that in the first year, this person got about 250,000 kwacha. So in the second year, since you got an increment, we say that the 250,000 kwacha she got plus the increment, which was about 25,000 kwacha, which means that she got now about 275,000 kwacha. That was in our second year of getting paid. Then in our third year, we have to get this amount of money, which is about 275,000 plus the increment, which is about 25,000, and this will give us about 300,000 kwacha. In our fourth, we have the 300,000 kwacha plus the increment, which is 25,000 kwacha, and this person will get 325,000 kwacha. And finally, in our fifth year, the person will have 325,000 plus the increment, which is 25,000, which will basically give her 350,000 kwacha. So how much does she earn at the end of the first 5 years? She will earn about 350,000 kwacha. That's the amount of money she will earn. All right, let's look at the last example. Now, a money lending institution wishes to give out loans at 12%, which is nominal compounded quarterly, which basically means the 4. Calculates the APR. So we know that the formula for the APR is equal to 1 plus R over N to the power N minus 1. Now we need to know the rate. The rate is 12%. So we divide this by 100% and we get about 0.12. N, the number of times invested repetitively, since it's quarterly, it's going to be 4. So if we plug and chug, we have APR being equal to 1 plus the rate, which is 0.12, over 4 to the power 4 minus 1. So APR is equal to, if this is solved rightly, we have 0.126. Now we need this to be as a percentage, so we multiply by 100%. So the APR is equal to 12.6%. And that is our final value. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any queries, you can always reach me up on WhatsApp on the line 077 149 5252. And remember, slow progress is better than no progress. And don't forget to strategize before becoming a statistic, and let's try and push for that A+.